Good afternoon, everyone. It is April 1st, April Fool's Day, and I should have had something better planned for a joke, uh, but I don't. So, sadly, we're just going to roll right into our session, and it's going to be on ThinkorSwim. Yep, the only fool here is Ryan. Uh, and I want to ask a quick question first in that for those of you that are using Toss, so if you're not using ThinkorSwim, please don't answer this question. But for those of you who are using Toss, put a 2 in chat if you're doing the charting and the trading in Toss, and then put a 4 in chat if you're doing the charting in something else and only using the active trader for the trades. All right, we got kind of a mixed bag here, don't we? Okay, I'll start quickly with the active trader stuff, and then I'll add in the charting stuff. And please feel free to ask any questions as we go, so that if there's a question that you have that isn't being answered, or this is your chance. This is a toss. Whoops, this is a toss only presentation. I apologize to anyone who's not using toss. You can mute me, you can turn me off, whatever you like. Okay, so for me, when I'm doing trades in toss and I'm doing TPS trades and or sniper trades, I am using 2 windows like this. I know this is going to be a little harder to see, but I'm using 2 windows like this of active trader, and that's all I need. Okay. Now I know this is a little bit harder to see because it's smaller, but I have a window up top and a window on the bottom. Now, if I type, Apple, Apple's going to pop up as a stock. Okay. So I can buy 100 shares, I can buy 5 shares. There's ways to set these boxes up here. Where's my little drawing tool? I gotta locate my drawing tool here. Why isn't it? Oh, there it is. Okay. So you've got these boxes here when you're just buying stock. You can set these to be whatever you want. Like if 100 shares of stock is too much or too little, obviously you have other choices, and then you can just type into that field as well. And or when you are buying a option, there's a number of ways you can do it. Let's say you come over here to the SPY and you say, okay, I want to buy the 562s. You can right click it, right, and copy it, pop back over and paste that information into the ticker symbol, right? And now you're buying options, and within options I've changed these to be 1, 3, 5, 10, and 20, right? So then I'm on the bid and the ask for an option. Another way is if you have labeled these, you see these little labels next to each one. There's one right here that's labeled as a number 1, a red, and then the second one is labeled as a number 2. I use this for my snipers, right? So when I go over to the option chain here, right, I can go, all right, I want to put the 562 calls in the upper box, so I'm going to send to red, and then I'm going to put the 563 puts, and I'm going to send those to yellow. And now when I pop back over to this page, I have calls up here and puts down here, so I can react quickly to a sniper. Okay. And here you can change your quantities if you want. And then if you want to add an OCO order, and this is what many questions people have, put a 9 in chat if you want to learn how to put in an OCO order. Other cancels other. Okay. So you go here to single, right? And you create. You can do it. You can do a basic OCO order, or you can do something with brackets, and then you set the parameters. So as you can see, I have a sniper SPX. Once you finish it, you can name it, right? That will give me. It'll take profit at 25%. And it'll stop. So that's a limit order that gets placed as soon as I place this order, right? So if I were to place a call order on the SPY right here, it would. In this case, it would buy one call, right, at market or limit. Even if I mark it in, it'll set up this bracket. It'll set a 25% take profit order, and it will set a 25% or 15% stop order. Now, you can do an OCO order without the 25% take profit, and it's just a 15% stop. And where you change how it works is here, right? So if I wanted to change this to a plus minus or a ladder, there's different types of, so that's based on price. This is going to be based on percentage. And I can sit there and put in orders that automatically fill. So as soon as I put in one order, the rest fill. Now, I don't really want to put in a call order here, because when I look at the chart on my other monitor, it's starting to look a little extended. I don't know that it's exactly ready for a put trade, but that seems to be like, that seems to be, more of what might happen. So in this instance, so I can just put that on and I can just let it run, right? Is I can buy limit, or in this case, I could buy a market, right? And you'll see, you'll see based on the way I have it set up, I've bought one. I'm not recommending this. I'm using this as an example, okay? So I'm not recommending this trade. But you can see up here, it set a limit order at $2.28 because we just bought it at $1.82, right? So this is 25% take profit, and in this case, it'll be $46 because I have a P&L to the open column over here on the right-hand side. And then it's got a stop limit order down here at $1.55, which is 15%, okay? So now that this trade is on, and if it triggers this stop, it also cancels this profit order. And if it triggers the profit order, it automatically cancels this stop order so that, I'm not, those orders don't sit in there and now I'm short something later, or long something later when I don't want to be. Now, I can grab this and move it if I wanted to move it up. Let's say this was going in the direction I wanted it to, and I wanted to bring my stop up to break even, right? What I bought it at, I can just grab this stop order and move it up. You can also move it down, which I don't recommend, but now this order's just in, and I can walk away from it. right? You could make this a trailing stop. It's going to come down here and take me out, maybe, since the market is going up. You could make this a trailing stop so that if this were working in your favor, it's going to keep going, right? It's going to move up. There you go. So that was a 15% stop. Now, I did that basically just because I wanted to show an example of, putting in an OCO order and just letting it work, right? So that was a small $25 loss. But now you can see there's no take profit order in here, right? There's no sell order. Everything just got canceled out. Anybody have any questions on that? And when you make them, right, you can name them whatever you want. So you can have different types. A stop it'll put in a stop at exactly a price, right? And a trailing stop, let's say you put in a 15% trailing stop. That means when the trade moves in the direction you want, it'll always stay 15% from its most recent best price, basically. So the stop will trail up with you, and like if it's moving your direction in a big way, it'll always be set at 15% pullback from its most recent high. Some people use those trailing stops as well. Okay. And now, if I'm just putting in like a single order and then I want to put a stop in, right? Then I'm not using an OCO. And somebody asks, okay, well, let's say, we're in another put here, right? And I want to say, okay, I want to, excuse me, I'm in at 149. I want to put a stop in at 133. So I just come over here to the ask side and I put my stop in at 133. And now I have a stop in. And if it comes down there and takes me out, it's going to come down there and take me out. Right? And this is the option, not the underlying stock. Okay? And then if this started to move in the direction I was hoping, right? I could make this a trailing stop. I'd have to do it before I put it on. Or I can manually trail it. Right, so now it's moving up. Okay, so let's move my stop up to 139 or $10 loss, right? And then it starts moving in the direction I'm hoping. And you can keep inching it up if you want. You just grab them and move them. Okay, so now this trade is break even. Now this is kind of tight. The actual flow of the market. I wouldn't normally do this, right? It's only up $10 or $10 on a one lot, and you move it up to zero because the natural flow of price is going to come take you out. I mean, pretty naturally, but it's just an example of how you can move that stop up when the trade starts working in your preferred direction. Yeah, and the way I get the options in here, there's two ways to do that, right? Go to my trades tab here. Shows all my options, right? And I just put in the ticker number here, or the ticker name here, and it shows all the option contracts, all the expiration dates, etc. And the calls are on the left, puts are on the right. And so I do it. I have it set up so that I can just copy it. But I right click that option there, the 562s, and I go copy. And then I just click over to my active trader, put my cursor in that window, and go Command V, paste, return. And now that option is being traded in this active window. You want this double layout, Mike? Yeah, I can do that. This is a sniper active trader window. And you're going to have to manually copy that because it always gets, truncated because the exclamation point makes it not work. Okay. Now, another way I have it set is based on these symbols, right? You can choose, I don't know how many colors there are, but if you want things to match up, so like if you're looking at a stock and you want the active trader and the chart to show the same thing, you can choose these and they'll show the same ticker, right? But you don't want your charts to be the same as your active trader, and I'll show you that in a second because then it just shows you the option chart, which is weird. So for me, this one is set as number 1 and this one is set as number 2. So the other way I can do it is go right click the call and come all the way down to send to red, right? And it sends the call to the red. And then if I go to the put side and I right click and I send to yellow, that puts the call in the top window and the put in the bottom window because this one is red and this one is yellow. If you want to do a trailing stop, you just put trail stop instead of stop. Profit loss bars on the right hand side, you just go click this icon, this little gear icon over here, and you say customize. And then you search this side for P&L to the open, P/L open, and then you add it as a column. Okay. So that's how you do the active trader window. And I have auto send clicked. But that's because I have a lot of experience in this. If you want to be asked whether you want to take that trade or not in a second window, you want to leave that blank. No, ThinkorSwim is free. I mean, you have to have a Schwab account. I mean, but they also have a paper trading version. So, you can practice in the paper trading and then decide if you like it and open up an account, whatever you want. Okay, so then I have a monitor set up. Let me open this up just a little bit. That looks like this. Okay, and this is my multi-time frame window. Ooh, I won't that open anymore. What's happening? Let's try moving that over there. This thing right here, maybe? Okay, so this one, I have a 5-minute, a 30-minute, a 78-minute, a daily chart, and a weekly chart up here, and then the internals sit down here, right? So here's the ticks, the VIX, the ADD, the put-call ratio. And I have all of these where you can set which number you want. I have them all set to 3, right? Or you can have them set to whatever you want. You just want them set as the same thing, so that if you change the ticker, all of them show a different ticker, right? And I think, let me see if I have a different version of this real quick. What I'm looking for is the one. I think this is, yeah, okay. Let's get rid of the chart. So this, let's see. Let's see if I share that one. Is that the one I'm on right now? Here we go. Okay. And this is the monitor setup that I can share with you. Because this is for, like one big monitor where I have the tickers here, right? So this is a 4-window, 5-minute, 30-minute, 78, and daily, that when you change the ticker, they all change. But notice that the active trader window did not change. This one is set to like 5, for instance. So when I'm trading, let's say we wanted to trade Netflix, right? So I go over to the trades tab. I also have this set at 3. So if I'm looking at Netflix here, let's say, I like Netflix. I don't. I'm not recommending we trade Netflix. But let's say I did. Then I would go here, and this is already on Netflix. So then I would be able to copy the option contract that I liked, and then I could paste it in here. So now I'm looking at Netflix underlying stock charts, but I'm trading the option contracts in this active trader window. Does that make sense? Because if this was set to these same charts, I would be running into the same problem. Is they would be showing me the options charts, right? It would look like this, and the options charts are funky, right? I don't want to look at the options charts. I want to trade based on the underlying. Yeah, and I can share this with you too. Let me save it first, because I did make a small change to it. So, oops. Okay. So then I'm going to share flexible grid. And remember, this is flex grid for toss. You have to copy that whole link in, not click it, and then you have to come into, where do you go? Do you go to setup? I'm trying to remember now. Yeah, you go to setup. And open shared item. And then when you do that, you copy the link in and you hit import, and then you name it what you will remember, right? So that when you go, you have to be on flexible grid, right? You have to be on flexible grid and charts, And then you'll be able to see it over here in the upper right hand corner. It'll come into this list, and then you can click on the list and it'll pop open. Any questions there? Yeah, the squeeze indicator is right down here. It's called TTM squeeze. Yeah, I just did alpha. So if you have an option that you're trading in active trader here, right? Let's say we're trading. Let's go to the SPY, right? And I'm not going to do another one actively because I just did a couple, and you should be able to watch this back if you missed it. But let's say I wanted to trade the SPY. Let's say I wanted to be 0 DTE here. Right? I'm over here. I'm playing a 0 DTE SPY trade. And I'm in, let's say I'm in this at 137, right? So you buy a limit, you buy on the bid side. Where buy orders pop up, right? And then once I'm in it, if I want to come lower, and let's say I want to put a stop in, all I have to do is click on the ask side, but I need to be below the bid, and it'll put in a stop order, right? So it says sell one, stop. If I did this right now, I would end up going, be selling one of the calls, which I don't want to do. But that, and then you just place it in there, and you've got a stop order at 119 or wherever. This video will be up on my YouTube, which I'm sure there you go. Somebody will share the YouTube shortly. Dennis, that's hard to do. You have to kind of figure that out a little on your own. TOS will put in, like when you put in a stop order or a buy order, excuse me, it will sometimes put in a line roughly at where it is. But it's an approximation, right? Because option pricing changes so dramatically that it's not an exact price. It's more of an approximation, but it'll put it in there. Okay, any other TOS related questions? I think the charting in TOS is absolutely dog crap, which is why I use TradingView. I don't use the Volt indicators in TOS. I use those in TradingView. Yeah, on the option contract, can you add the delta? Yeah, it's right here. And all you do to get that differently is there's a section right here, right? Oh, sorry, terrible spotting, but right here. And you just pull down and you look at delta, gamma, theta, vega. No, I don't have delta over here. I don't know why you would need it over here. Because once you pick up your option, you're already into that specific delta. So where it's important is here when you're picking up your option. in my opinion. I have no idea if E-Trade offers similar features. I mean, it is a charting software and it is a trading software. One thing I know E-Trade doesn't have is this active trader window. As far as a TTM squeeze scan screener, I have a video on that on YouTube. I don't want to go into that in too much detail at the moment. But if I pop this side open here, this is on a larger monitor. This is, I have this open so I can see the SPY. I can see this is usually the Qs here. And this is not something I can share. You have to build this yourself. And then I have a master watch list and a squeeze scan watch list over here. I do have a video on how to build this squeeze scan watch list. So you can find that. It would take me quite a while to go through it. For AT only. What's AT only mean? Videos for AT only. I'm not sure what that means. Benny? Yeah, I do have a few videos on ThinkorSwim and the Active Trader. They're all older. They're all older videos that use ThinkorSwim as my primary view. My primary view now for the last few years has been the trading view window. Kurt, I did the very first boot camp session on how to set up your trading view to look exactly like Nate's. So if you go to the boot camp videos and you go to the first one, that'll give you exactly what you need. Step by step. Not often, Dennis. I do like if I'm doing a spread or a butterfly or something like that, but really not that often. Can't find what is the resistance at 562. Well, it popped up above 562. So it acted as resistance, right? As it was flagging, and then it popped above it. And I bet if you measure it popped up to the 1618 and then rejected. So that, 562 is no longer resistance. And sometimes you can figure out where resistance is based on the charts, right? And other times, that's just where the price stops for that moment. The videos don't show the questions you answered in chat. Please consider repeating the questions so the videos are more complete and useful. Okay, I'll do my best. Oh yeah, the VP level that it was stopping at, is from back in this area, right? It's back a couple days ago. Does TradingView have a matrix grid? No, it doesn't. That's just the TC2000. All right, any other toss questions I can answer? I'm going to jump off and kind of save my voice for this afternoon after the market close. As you can tell, I'm still fighting this cold a little bit. It's kind of been a hanger-oner, if you know what I mean. I haven't found anything useful for the TradingView screener, honestly, because I just use Sam. Right? Sam is a very powerful tool. Gives me everything I need. Wow, LV, Rich, appreciate that very much. Thank you. That's the that's the goal. Do you guys think that, just out of curiosity, do you think that more sessions like that are good, or do they just kind of get repetitive after a while? Like that boot camp lesson on psychology and trade plan. Even though you've heard it before, I know I had to hear it a bunch of times before it really started to settle in and resonate for me. But yeah, learn by repetition. Yeah, I'll start doing more of those types of explanations because I think they're helpful. Oh, no problem, Hoosier. I'm glad it's working for you. You want me to share this chart layout that I have up right now on TradingView? Yeah, I'm happy to. This is my TTM chart. TPS style. Oh, God. Can't type. For TradingView, TPS style trading. There you go. This should look very similar to Nate's, right? And then, yeah, there we go. And then the volume profile should show up on the left side. No, not really. I mean, this is kind of the same thing. Somebody else has created this, but it works exactly the same as the one. Excuse me. It works exactly the same as the one in ThinkorSwim. I think I'm going to do a session on Sam next week. But yeah, there's I think Sam's a hugely valuable tool, and it cuts down the amount of tickers you have to look at. right? I mean, it just shows you what's in an A+ setup. How could you not want to have that at the ready at all times? Yeah, SAM is a powerful tool and constantly being updated, right? I know. It's just hanging on and it's driving me crazy. Okay, I'm gonna jump off. I know D-Man's having some streaming issues today or internet issues today, and Nate will be back a little bit later today. Um, so the room may be a little quiet. I'll put Nate's screen back up, and I will see you all for the boot camp session at the end of the day. Would you like me to leave? Would you like me to leave my sniper chart up? Is that what you're saying? Like this? You're gonna listen to it in your sleep, Finnegan? That's funny. Yeah, maybe when my voice is better and I'm not sick, I'll do that. Cut your losers fast, let your winners run. That's right. Yeah, I'm happy to leave this one up if this is helpful for you. Or do you want me to change to Nate's screen where he's got the sniper up? I wasn't sure what you were asking. Yeah, I can leave mine up. RJ, I'll dig it up and I'll put it in here. Give me 5 minutes. I gotta go search for it. Okay, I'll talk to you all later.